people were walking for this road, but another road it's clean, so people don't walking for it. And
Yes.
after choose the road which clean, which don't see people.
Yes, so it was less traveled road, less traveled way. It was grassy, less traveled, yes, because not so many people traveled this road, not so many people chose this road. And Robert, the author of the book, so he mentioned that this is his favorite poem, and he uses its lesson almost daily. What is the lesson of this poem? What do you think?
This poem about what human can choose a road for life, which don't choose another one.
Yes, which not so many people choose, right?
Yeah.
So, yes, okay. And why the author said that I use its lesson almost daily? Why did he say so? So, what lesson does he use? What do you think?
This is a lesson for life about what the road can be less traveling, but she will be more interesting, more bigger, but in the end it will be okay.
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 Yes. Thank you. Thank you,
Thank
Tatiana,
you.
for your answer. Thank you for your ideas. Anybody else? Any other ideas? What is the lesson of this poem that the author said he used almost daily, almost every day?
Can I try?
Yes, Alek. Yes, sure you can.
Well, it seems to me it is about choosing. So sometimes we have to choose, and we hesitate, and we don't know what to choose. But in our life, every time we need to make a choose, and we can't go two ways at the same time. If you have chosen something and you go forward, you don't have time it is not needed to regret and think how to what if I chosen the other option, and so on. It seems to me like this. I try to immerse in this content, but там художественный стиль речи, не знаю, как правильно.
Yes, I agree. It is difficult to understand
That's why
this poem.
It is quite hard. I just imagined this situation and tried to guess what the author means. But sometimes it is hard, even in your native language. You see some poem, you see some maybe song, and you re-listen, rewatch it more and more times, and sometimes after some years, maybe you just get what they mean.
Yes, I absolutely agree with you that it is really difficult to understand all these symbols in literature, in poems, in poetry. But I just read this poem in Russian. To be sincere, I just read this poem in Russian. It was really clear to understand. And you may read it in Russian after the class. You may find it and read it in Russian. Yes. Okay. Thank you for your idea. Thank you for your reply. Any other ideas? Maybe Yulia or Angelina. Okay. So if you don't have any other ideas, I will share with you mine. So I think also that this poem is about two ways, like in this book, the way of rich dad, so offered to these boys, and another way of poor dad. So two roads, poor dad and rich dad. The way of thinking, I mean, of course, the way of thinking, their so points of view. And if you choose one, you can't live like you chose both roads. So you can choose only one, and you can't take two ways simultaneously. То есть параллельно, да, simultaneously. You can't take two roads. You can choose only one. So in this book, the author offered us two ways of thinking, two roads, two ways. One is difficult, less traveled. It is grassy. The road that rich dad explained to them, rich dad offered. And another is wide, clear, simple. Most people choose this road. And this is the road of the poor dad. So, and the lesson that he uses every day is just he chose one road one day. He chose this road that the rich dad told him about. And every day he chooses it again and again and again. This is the lesson, I think. Okay, let's take the first chapter. Let's start the first chapter. So, and my first question for you, imagine that you are a parent and you have a son or a daughter. And one day your daughter or son comes up to you and asks, Mom or Dad, can you tell me how to get rich? What would you say? Dad, Mom, can you tell me how to get rich? What would you say? Yulia, what would you say to your kids?
Um, I think I would say like a poor dad, because I don't know how to get rich. I know how to earn money, and I tell to my son or daughter, you have to have good grades, good education,
Yes.
to get a good job, and with and have its benefits from a company.
Yes.
And I think so.
Yes.
I don't know how to get rich, I think.
Yes, you will give an advice how to work for money, right? How to work,
Yes.
how to study, then have a good job and work for money.
Yes.
Yes, thank you. Oleg, what would you say to your child, to your
Well,
kid?
because of I'm very interested of this book, I'm curious what it's able to learn me, and that's why it is a big opportunity to revise my own attitude, my own mindset, and that's why I don't know what to answer at the moment. I want to read all this book to think about it, and after that, maybe my mindset will be another.
Yes. But for this moment, for this day, what would you say?
For this moment, I'm stuck because of I started to read the first chapter, and it seems to me I was inspired enough, or not inspired, impressed enough, and
Yes.
that's why I don't know what to answer at the moment.
Yes. Okay, that's good. Good answer. I don't know. That was the answer of the poor dad. Remember, that was his answer. He said, "I don't know."
Can I add
Ask.
something? The most remarkable thing to me, it was the poor dad admitted he don't know how to do it properly, how to.
Yes.
He wasn't selfish enough, and he didn't
Yes.
tell him, "I'm the smartest guy. I know the better." He told him, "Your friend's father is
Yes.
know something useful. He told my banker is raves about Mike's dad, as I'm not mistaken, and it was the smartest thing. And also, when child started to work for the poor dad, they was at the beginning they were shocked. They didn't know what happening, but the poor dad tried to explain, tried to extend the meaning of that lessons, and that is why I think the poor dad is also a wise man.
Yes, 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 I understand. I agree with you. Yes, let's talk about that a bit later. We will discuss that a bit later. Now, just about this question. Thank you for your reply, for your faithfulness, and for your being sincere with us. Thank you. And Tatiana, what would you say to your kid?
Believe in yourself. This is all what
Uh-huh.
I can say, because
Believe in
I don't
yourself.
reach, and I don't know how to be rich, but I think if I believe in myself, I will be better than now. So, and
Yes.
I say my children will say my children,
Uh-huh.
believe in yourself. So
Believe in yourself. Okay. So, and also you don't know. So the third, I don't know. Okay. Angelina, what would you say?
Okay. I will be. I will be able to my to tell her daughter study in university
Yes.
because stay
Study for good
get
grades.
to get rich and mm, take a good job.
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 Yes. So the same reply, right? The same reply. So study, then find a good job. So everything like that. Okay. Thank you. And my reply is the same. I don't know. I would say just, I don't know. That is my reply for my kid. So all of us would reply that we don't know. Almost all of us. Okay, let's go further. So Robert and Mike felt as if they were poor because the other boys had new bicycles, new baseball gloves, new everything. It hurt a little, but that hurt was good. Why? So these two boys, they were 9 years old. They felt as if they were poor boys, and it hurt, of course, but that hurt was good. Why?
Can I start?
Yes, sure.
Well, I was fond about that those young boys tried to make their own money without any hints at the beginning. They started to. I didn't get it fully, but it seems to me they tried to collect used toothpaste tubes, and they wanted to melt them because earlier they made those tubes not plastic but from metal, and they tried to melt this metal, and they wanted to produce some
To do
goods,
something. Yes.
produce some goods for sale. And
Yes.
it reminds me, do you know Tom Sawyer?
Yes. Yes.
There is a part in it is a school book. We read this book at school
Yes,
in
I
Russia.
got the idea.
And
I got the ideas. The same idea.
Tom Sawyer was forced to paint the fence, and he didn't like to do this. And he realized that he can advertise that it is not a job, that is like a entertainment. And he got not money but things for letting other kids paint this fence instead of him. And it was at the same funny, but at the same it was a good opportunity. So let's back to the question.
Yes. So why it was good hurt?
That anger, that feeling of not faith, maybe not equality,
not fair. I think. Yes.
That was that inspired them to think, to earn money, to become better, and so on.
Yes.
They didn't give up. They didn't accept this position, and so on.
Yes.
They choose to fight. They choose to develop themselves, and so on.
Yes, they didn't give up. So they did something, right? Okay. Thank you. Let's go to another idea, because they are connected. So the boys' business. So they it hurt them, but this hurt was good because they did something, right? So the boys' business was over on opening day, but Robert's dad said, "You are only poor if you give up. The most important thing is," what was it?
Never
What
give
did he
up.
say? Yes, he said, never give up. And the most important thing is that you did something, he said. Yes?
Yes.
And these words were very inspiring. So believe in yourself, like Tatiana said. Don't give up. You did something. You made it try. That's very good and inspiring words. But there is a but. What was it? What was this but? I will read it from the book for you. Do you remember what was this but? Yes, the words of poor dad were very inspiring, and he gave them a kick to go something further. But the problem was, there was a problem for them, for these two boys. Who can say what was the problem for them? What was this but?
This business is illegal.
Yes, their business was illegal. Yes, and yes, their business was illegal. And
can I try to guess?
Yes.
the poor dad say them, I don't know what can I teach you, but he offered them to get to go to the rich dad, and
Yes.
he
Yes.
was he was
But
sure that he will teach them.
yes, that's true. That's true. But what I mean here, okay, I will just read it from the book. They were nice words, but we still didn't know what to do. So, of course, these words like don't give up, believe in yourself, try again, and all these inspiring words, they are good. They are
But
really good. But the boys didn't know what to do. That is
they
the problem. What to do?
they
What to
didn't
do further?
they didn't have any directions, they didn't have any roadmap, and so on.
Yes. So the poor dad inspired his kid. He inspired his son, right? He said, "You made this try. You're really well done." And so he inspired him. You just tried, and that is very good, he said. But what to do further? So the boys, they didn't know what to do further. Okay. And they came up to the rich dad, to this rich dad. Okay. One more idea. A nice car and a nice house don't necessarily mean you're rich or you know how to make money, my dad replied. So poor dad replied. Why? So we see that some people have cars, big houses, so I know good clothes, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're rich or they know how to make money. Why?
I think it is mean what when you know how make money, you do investigation and you make money because you make more money.
Okay, so more and more and more.
Yes.
Okay. Ой, что-то у меня солнце тут какое-то. Okay. Any ideas? Any other ideas?
Can I try?
Sure. Sure, you
Well,
can.
it seems to me having expensive things force you to have expensive bills and spendings, and if you don't, sometimes you can lose all of that if you can't manage those, if you don't know how to earn new money, if you meet some problems or obstacles which can which can give you a problems, what you
Yes, which you
what
can't
you
overcome.
which you won't be able to solve. In this case, having those expensive things not makes you a rich person.
Yes, because for example, you work for some big company, like in this book, Jimmy's dad works for the sugar plantation. So they he is paid a lot by this sugar company, and this company bought him a car. And but one day it may happen that this company has some financial problems, and he will lose everything. He would lose everything one day.
And also
Okay.
sometimes some people just inherited some expensive thing,
Yes.
and they didn't earn money to them. So it also happens.
Yes, it also happens. Yes, I agree. Okay. So the poor dad said to these two boys, come to Mike's dad and ask him how to make money. So the boys asked Mike's dad to teach them how to make money. What was Mike's dad take it or leave it offer? What was his take it or leave it offer?
He offered them to start working at the shop and
At his
get
shop.
yes, and get paid only 10 cents per hour.
Yes, so some maybe 30 or 10. Yes, I don't remember. So not much.
Not much.
Yes. Okay.
And he told them that he didn't teach or learn them like a school. He didn't give him a lecture how to
Yes.
earn money, and he only can show it by practice.
Yes. So he went. So he came up to this rich dad to teach them how to make money, but he didn't say anything. He didn't lecture. He didn't say a word. He just offered them, work for me for 30 or 10 cents, I don't remember. And that is my offer. Take it or leave it, he said. Okay. So here, I just, let's read this. Okay, here is my offer. I'll teach you, but I won't do it classroom style. You work for me, I'll teach you. You don't work for me, I won't teach you. Interesting offer. I can't teach you faster if you walk, but I'm wasting my time if you just want to sit and listen like you do in school. That's my offer. Take it or leave it. Yes, that's really very interesting method. Okay, if you can't make up your mind decisively, then you'll never learn to make money anyway. Opportunities come and go. Being able to know when to make quick decisions is an important skill. How do you understand this statement of the rich dad?
Can I try?
Yes, sure.
When the kids got the offer,
Yes.
the boy told him, "Yeah, can you give me time for thinking?" And the rich dad replied, "You have to choose immediately."
Yes.
And it is not because of he didn't have time for them. It just because of they at the moment already have to learn, and the lesson is about opportunities. If
Yes.
you didn't get it at time, you can lose the opportunity because of the time is past, or maybe somebody else got this opportunity and you don't have you lost your
Yes.
chance. And he decided not to explain this. He decided the rich dad decided not to explain this in words, but explain this in practice, in real life. So even in this case, in this situation, when kids were needed to choose, it was a lesson already.
Yes, I absolutely agree with you. That was his lesson. How to make decisions, how to make up your mind decisive. То
And
есть решительный, да, decisive, как бы умеющий принимать решения, умеющий решать. То есть станьте вот такими людьми. Это имеется в виду, да, decisive.
And that young guys even didn't get it all immediately, but they they shows him their determination, their stubbornity, maybe, and courage, maybe.
Yes. So they made decision
They made
to work
decisions,
for this.
and maybe at that moment they can't estimate properly that they started to learn many important things. already at
Mm-hmm.
that moment.
Yes, I absolutely agree. So being able to know when to make quick decisions is an important skill. It's a really very important skill. Yes, I agree with you, Oleg. I think nothing to discuss here. So that's kind. These are the words of the friend of Robert. I remember. I don't remember his name. So it was Robert and Mike. Mike. So Mike's words. Yes, Yulia, thank you. That's kind of different. He doesn't teach like your dad. Your mom and dad lecture a lot. My dad is quiet and a man of few words. So what was his way of teaching? How can you just describe his way of teaching? Did he keep his end of the bargain?
Can I try?
Yes,
The
you can.
way of teaching of the rich dad is creating conditions and immerse kids in those conditions that will teach or that will help to start to think, start to answer correct questions to themselves.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And did he keep his end of the bargain? Tatiana, how do you think? What do you think about? Did he keep his end of the bargain? What does it mean, by the way? And did he keep the end of the bargain? To keep the end of the bargain. Yes.
So I'm not read so far, but I think he keep, because sometimes when human teach another human, he can don't speak, but he teach. So.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, I agree with you. What does it mean to keep the end of the bargain?
Сделка состоялась, да,
Да.
имеется в виду?
Выполнил ли он свое обещание?
Да, то есть имеется в виду, выполнил ли он свою часть сделки, да? То есть они со своей стороны выполнили свою, работали на него, а он научить должен был их. То есть вот he kept his end of the bargain, то есть его как бы как-то, ну, часть сделки, его как бы то, что он должен был сделать по сделке, научить их. Okay, let's go further. How they teach in school and how life teaches us. What's the difference?
They teach in school by their books, and
Yes.
in the real life we have real examples, and we can thinking about it, and know our emotions about it, and one more thinking and make a decision how to do in the same situation.
Yes, yes, I agree. And any other ideas, by the way? Do you have any other thoughts or ideas about how life teaches us?
Can I add?
Yes, sure.
Well, it seems to me at the school, students they usually see a different students and they show them how to solve some task, and teachers estimates their answers. But in real life, you sometimes don't see an example how to solve problem, and you don't know when you did something. Sometimes you don't know how to estimate your efforts,
Yes.
your results, and sometimes
Yes.
you made something perfect, but you you doubt about it. Sometimes vice versa. But there are some things that you can't teach in school. Some things you can teach in real life. Maybe this.
Yes, yes, I agree. Okay, and let me just read it from the book. That's not how life teaches you. And I would say that life is the best teacher of all. So at school, we just sit and listen. And he says, life, that is not how life teaches you. Most of the time, life doesn't talk to you. It just sort of pushes you around. Life pushes us around. Each push is life saying, wake up, there is something I want to learn you. I want you to learn. There is something I want you to learn. So life pushes us around, and school just is talking with us. And life gives lessons. Yes? So what way of teaching would you prefer? School teaching or life teaching? When you are pushed around, or when you are just sitting and listening and think that you study hard.
I think both are useful, but we should find the balance. Some things you can teach in school and vice versa. And but they teach you, but even you have to choose what is your goal and how to choose this balance and adjust this balance.
Yes, but do remember this poem that we discussed in the beginning. We can't choose two roads.
I think in real life it is a little bit more flexible.
Okay. Okay, so girls, what would you prefer? What kind of teaching would you prefer?
I want to add something.
Yes.
When we learned at school, we have only one right answer for the question, and no ways to do something another. And when life pushes us, we can choose another way and get a good result.
Yes. Okay. I understand the idea. At school, we just have the answer that is ready, and when life teaches us, so we learn the lesson ourselves, right?
Yes.
Ourselves.
Yes.
And I lost my thought. I wanted to say that yes, we can choose both roads. How life teaches us, and to teach how school teaches us. So, but I think the difference is that at school, I mean, the way of school teaches us just sit, listen, and so study hard. So we waste time. That is the difference. But when life teaches us, so we will take the lesson quickly, like these two boys. So they worked for the rich dad, and immediately they understood, not immediately, to be sincere, not immediately, but they took this lesson very fast. So pretty fast. Okay, let's go further. Some other things to discuss. Life pushes all of us around. Some people give up and others fight. A few learn the lesson and move on. What are these three types of people who give up, fight, and learn the lesson? At least two: give up, fight, and learn the lesson. Okay, what are these three types of people? Could you describe them?
Who give up its project and fight and learn the lesson is the rich man who have
Mm-hmm.
who have an opportunity and who make a quick decision and learn how to manage their knowledge and their money.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes, Yulia, thank you for your idea. Thank you for sharing. Any other ideas, maybe? Anyone wants to add something?
I am agree with Julia.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Maybe I just tried to answer. Okay, it is obvious that people who give up, they don't do anything or they didn't try to change their conditions. People who fight, okay, they do efforts, but sometimes maybe they can't choose the right direction. They make the right decision because they maybe can't learn which those lessons which life gives them. And the third one, also people who is able to, maybe sometimes they make mistakes, but if they are able to make to know something new, to fix their mistakes and go further.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Maybe
Yes.
like this.
Okay. Thank you, Aliak, for your idea. Sorry. Yes. Yes. Okay. Yes. So I agree with you both, and I think I can add that people who give up are those who just quit. So they give up with their conditions, with the situation that life gives them. So they just say, okay, they prefer to play it safe, like it was written in the book. They prefer to play it safe, save themselves, give up, and just let the situation be as it is. So if they are paid $10, okay, that's okay for me. I will try to live for $10, for example. People who fight, these are those like Robert did. People who say, it's not fair, you have to pay me more. Like Robert said to the rich dad, he blamed. So these are people who blame others, their boss, their job, other people, the situation, life itself. So they blame everything, but not themselves. And the third group is people who learn the lesson. It means they change themselves. So they learn the lesson, they understand that this push means they don't know something. So they have to learn something and they change themselves. So they, okay, let me just read this. I think that good words to read out loud. I've learned the truth in Rich Dad's words. So much of life is out of our control. I've learned to focus on what I do have control over, myself. And if things must change, first I must change. That is the third group of people, I think. So the people who understand that they can change only themselves. They can't change their boss, the situation, or some people around them. They can change only one thing, themselves. Okay, let's move on to this. To this. What does it mean to play it safe? So the first group of people who give up, so they prefer to play it safe. What does it mean to play it safe?
I try. Maybe it means
Sure.
avoid taking risks.
Yes. So they're terrified of taking risks. Okay. Any other ideas?
Yes, this is don't have a risk. This is live in the harmony and
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, I think that's a good answer. So they don't take risks. They want to win. So they want to change something. They want to change the situation. But as it was written here, the fear of losing was greater than the excitement of winning for them. So deep inside, they know they just didn't take this risk. They chose to play it safe.
Yes.
So it means that they are afraid of risks, of taking risks. Because they have this fear of losing the current situation they have. Okay. What was the rich dad's method of teaching? I think we discussed that. What was his first lesson? Okay, let's talk about his first lesson. What was his first lesson? Why he didn't talk with the boys first, as most teachers do? Why didn't he talk with the boys first, as most teachers do? I think we discussed that, but just let us revise.
Can I try? Let's Yulia answer.
Okay.
Sure.
He wanted them to feel it themselves when they started work and do something and get paid not a lot of money, and they don't and then they don't want to do this for this money. They want to rise it, or maybe have объяснение, забыл слово.
Explanation.
Explanation of this. They want to give up. Robert want to give up or have a rise of this lesson. And then he had a conversation with the rich dad, and in this conversation he understood what he want to say.
Yes. Yes. Okay, I got the idea. Thank you. So Oleg, you wanted to say something? Yes, sure.
Well, when Robert was angry about this situation and he told the Mike he want to leave, Mike told him he was told by his father that one day it happens. And that's why we see that the rich dad, it was like his plan. it is obviously that he know that that thing will happen. And the lesson was about, as Julia said before, to immerse them in situations, but because of words can't teach them as convictingly as the situation and their own experience. And they had an opportunity to feel those things which are so hard to explain in words. Okay,
Yes.
we just imagine he told them in few words about this, and they nodded and forget about this after 5 minutes. And
Yes.
maybe they didn't believe him,
Yes.
or
That's the idea.
or underestimated those mindset.
Yes, I absolutely agree with you both, with you two both, because so he just gave them the taste of life, right? Because he said, I could talk until I was blue in the face. So talk and talk and talk with them, but you wouldn't hear a thing. So they just wouldn't listen to him. They wouldn't hear anything. But when they tasted this taste of life, when life pushed them around, pushed the boys around, so they just listened to the rich dad. They tried to catch his every word, and was really wise method, I think, that he used, the rich dad used. Okay, thank you for your answers. So change what you can. And what is what you can? I think we discussed that, but just so he said, I mean, the rich dad said, change what you can. And what is it? What you can? What we can change? What can we change?
Can I try?
Sure, sure.
The rich dad told, it is impossible to change people around you. The only thing you can change, it is yourself, your
Yes.
behavior, your attitude, your mindset, and so on. Also, it seems to me, even if you know what he's talking about, in your life, in your mindset, it is also you have to choose what to change in you at the first. You can't change yourself immediately. You can't become another person at the moment. You have to choose something, and maybe it is about some skills or something else. You choose something and try to do. You have to do the first step. Maybe
Yes.
it is also correct.
Brett?
Maybe it is also correct.
Correct. Yes. Yes. I agree with this, with your words. And because if you want to change somebody else, your boss or your husband, your wife, your child, yes, if you want to change somebody else or something else, so you can find yourself stuck. So you can find yourself in a deadlock. So в тупике, да, то есть it is just this situation doesn't have any way out, because you can't change anybody but yourself. You can change only yourself. So that is the lesson. Okay. Так, что-то у меня тут 2 раза почему-то. Странно. So lesson 1, the poor and the middle class work for money. The rich have money work for them. How do you understand this statement? So this is the first lesson that the rich dad wanted to So to give to the boys. So how do you understand this statement? That is, by the way, the name of this chapter. The rich don't work for money.
Well, in this case, I'll try to answer.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there are two types of people. Some people earn money, although it is okay, but they got in the circle. They earn money and then they spent money. Even after they got a bigger salary, they starting to spend more. And in this case, they like slaves of money.
Mm-hmm.
They submissive to them. But
Mm-hmm.
another option it is understand that money must be or should be like a tool, like a possibility, like a power, and you
Mm-hmm.
start to think how to use those money to make for making other money.
Yes.
How
Mm-hmm.
have money work for them, having money work for them.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Any other ideas? Thank you, Oleg. Mm-hmm. Any other ideas?
So a middle class work for money. It's mean and the rich have money work for them. It's mean what the poor class make money for buy anything.
Mm-hmm.
Rich class make money for more make money. So how I said before, yes, and the rich class knew how do it. So
Uh-huh. Okay. 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 Thank you, Tatiana. Good answer. Yes,
thank you.
good answer. Okay. Any other ideas? Maybe Julia or Angelina, any other ideas? How do you understand this first lesson the rich dad wanted to offer
I think
them?
the author tell us about the desire and fear of money. When we desire something, we want to earn money, and I agree with Alec that it is a circle of life. You want
Mm-hmm.
something, you earn money, then you spend it, and so on, so on, so on. And the rich, they have a lot of opportunities to make money working for them, and they know how to do this. And
Mm-hmm. So you said the rich. Okay. Yes. Sorry for interruption. Okay. Please go on. Mm-hmm.
I lost my thought.
Okay. Sorry for interrupting you. You just said that the rich have opportunities how to make money work for them. So, so you think that the poor don't have these opportunities?
No, it's not really correct because the poor have these opportunities too, but
Mm-hmm.
they don't make a decision. They want to be safe and do nothing. I think the middle class they can fight to change their condition, but they. Have but they too goes to their desire
Mm-hmm. Yes, desire and fear. Okay, let's talk
and
about
fear.
fear and desire. Yes, you started talking about this two emotions, fear and greed or desire. So they are
Mhm.
just almost the same. So true learning takes energy, passion, and a burning desire. So passion doesn't direct them, fear does. Yes, so fear sometimes, not sometimes, but I would say most of times, fear directs people. Yes, not passion, but fear. So most people fear what when they are directed by fear? They fear what?
To lose their living conditions,
To
to
lose
lose
their Mhm.
their flat or house, to lose their family,
Yes,
and their goods, cars, or something like that,
yes,
and
their job,
their
their
job,
car.
and
Mm-hmm.
other benefits from a company where they working.
Yes,
And a rich dad said the rich man have a fear of losing a money
mm-hmm.
too,
Yes.
and it is a trap of a life.
Yes, but I wouldn't agree with you here, because I can't say that the rich, so the poor and the rich, right? So you said that the rich have the fear of losing their money, have the fear of losing their money. Do you agree with that? Do they have the fear of losing their money?
I don't think so, because if they know how to make money,
Mm-hmm.
they and if they were broke with something, they can use their lessons
Mm-hmm.
and make more money.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, I agree with that. So there are people who have a lot of money, but they are also slaves to money. So they work for money for more and more and more, because they have fear to lose their money.
Yes.
People are not rich. They have much money, but they're not rich. I wouldn't say they're rich, because they are poor. They are slaves to money. They have a lot of money, cars, houses, but their mentality, their way of thinking, is not like the rich dad said to Robert. So they have the fear, and it means they are slaves to money, to making more and more and more. And the rich people, they also have the fear of losing, not maybe of losing their money, but they make money not for because of this fear, but they just see the situation further, what they can do. So how to explain? I can't explain that. I can't explain that, frankly speaking. Okay. Okay,
Yes,
maybe
it happens.
anybody.
Can I add?
Yes,
It
can you
happens.
help me?
It happens
Yeah.
sometimes because it is also not because of language, also because of it is um, a difficult puzzle, a difficult task. It is hard for brain. It's in
Yes, hard to understand.
it is hard, but it is useful. Well,
Yes.
uh, maybe it is important which pushes you to for doing something. Is it passion or is it fear? And we have
Yes.
to distinguish them and
Right.
understand. Sometimes
Yes.
I
Thank you very much.
when you
Hmm.
were
What
talking
is?
about this, I just imagine that I do this with money, or I do that with money, and I
Hmm.
imagined a situation. I have money, and
Hmm.
I'm afraid that I'll lose them. I
Yes.
mean, because of inflation or something, and I just imagine a situation. Let's invest them. Let's invest them. But because of I don't know how to do it properly, it is like a trap. Yes, maybe it is an opportunity, but because of I don't, if I would do it with in not clear mind, I can lose more. And if patient pushes you, if patient directs you, in this case, you think, you learn, you maybe take some money and understand, okay, maybe I will lose them, but it is like a lesson. And in this case, you are in charge, not your fear.
Yes. Thank you very much for your help. Yes, I can now explain. So yes, you're right. The main question is, what directs you? What does direct you? Your fears, your greed, or passion? That is the question. So you shouldn't be directed by your emotions. Your emotions are good, and you must think what you can do, but not because of your fear, right? But because of your passion, your energy and passion. Yes, thank you. So I just want you boys to have a chance to avoid the trap caused by those two emotions, fear and greed. If you don't first handle fear and desire and you get rich, you'll only be a highly paid slave. Do you agree with that? How to handle them? So how to handle these two emotions?
Okay, can I start?
Yes.
Okay, about emotions. We all are people, and emotions are happens. And also, psychologists tell us our emotions are not our enemies, but it is important to see them, to distinguish them, and but not to be their slaves. And sometimes, if you're angry or something like this, if you're not in a normal condition, the first thing you have to do it is be calm, to get calm, maybe sometimes even delay an important decision, because because of emotions, you're like a drunk person. You can't stay focused, you can't be wise, and you can do a lot of mess, a lot of mistakes. And
Yes, these are inspiring words, Oleg, but how can you become, for example, you're angry and you say, take calm, take quiet, good words, but how to do it when you're angry or when you when you
it
have a
is
fear?
it is impossible to do this immediately, but it is like a skill. You have to train yourself. You have to, and sometimes, at the moment I'm angry, and maybe interrupt some action, or interrupt some conversation, or delay some business, because it is very как сказать, вероятно,
Possible?
possible. It is very possible that you will mess something. Sometimes anger helps you to solve problem, but you're able to use this anger, but not be its slave. It is hard, but it is like a training. I mean,
Okay.
training about handle your emotions, live with them, and not to be their slave.
So you think that that is a matter of training, of many attempts? Yes.
Attempts and not denying. Some people ignore emotions. In this case, they are become bigger and stronger, and sometimes you can lose your what you can lose in this case.
Temper.
You can handle, you can act properly, and you going mad at all, you going
Yes.
furious. In this case, you just mad. Your emotions don't
understand.
help you. They hurt you, and you make many new problems.
Yes, I understand what you
But
mean. And there was a lesson. So the rich dad gave them advice how to handle the emotions, these two emotions. What was this lesson from the rich dad? Did you understand? What was the lesson from the rich dad? What did he say to them? What lesson did he give to them? How to handle these two emotions. So if you have fear to lose your job, or if you have desire to have a new iPhone or to have a new car, and you start making money for that. So that means these two emotions, fear and desire. So how to handle these two emotions? What a person should do? What was his lesson for these two boys?
I
Any
don't
idea?
understand it good, but I think he talk about thinking and
Yes. Yes, he was
and
saying that.
about thinking and to know why you want this and for what and how to get this. I think.
Okay. Yes. So there was a phrase, I remember the phrase from the book. So he said, be an observer, not a reactor. So when you have these two emotions, be an observer, not a reactor. So these emotions are good for a person. So they just show something to us. And we should not be directed by them. We shouldn't react to the situation because we have fear or desire, but we should just think about what we can do to change the situation, for example. Do you understand what I mean? I can't explain it again, this idea, even in Russian. I think I should read again and think about it myself. But as I understand, he meant to take these emotions in favor, but not be directed by them immediately. So if you have fear and you start immediately working and making money, but you just sit down and think what you can do to change your situation. For example, what you can do not to lose your job, or what you can do to buy this new iPhone. Do you understand the difference? I think that is really hard question. Okay.
This thing reminds me about mindfulness. There was a book, I read it in Russian, and they tried to teach me about meditation, about some stuff of meditation, and and they tried to explain this very difficult stuff about emotions, and the way they tried to explain. imagine that emotions are like clouds. They come and they left, and your inner condition also similar to it, and they give you a training how to react, how to not react. You admit but not react those emotions, and not to be led by them, maybe. And those statements are pretty similar, looks
Yes.
pretty similar to me, but you're definitely right. It is very hard to explain, and it is very hard to sometimes even distinguish in your own mind, and not to mess them. And it is quite tiny and transparent thing. Maybe you can't, sometimes you forget about this, even because of emotions, because of tiredness, but it is important to remember about it. Sometimes you're not very calm and wise, but sometimes you see you're not able to think properly, and just even this fact is able to help you not to mistake, maybe.
Yes, so I think maybe we should. I will.
Сгоряча, чтобы не действовать, как вот говорится по-русски, сгоряча, как вариант.
Да,
Или,
то есть не быть, как это да, по-русски-то хотя бы да, сказать,
ну,
то
то
есть не
есть
быть движимым эмоциями, да?
Ну да, или движимым, или реактивное действие, то есть когда ты
Да, да.
поддаешься.
Вот, то есть он об этом и говорит. Be an observer, not a reactor. То есть наблюдай за своими эмоциями, понимаешь, что у тебя есть страх, например, да? Be an observer, not a reactor. То есть ты понимаешь, что у тебя есть страх, и думаешь, почему, во-первых, у тебя он есть, и что ты можешь с этим сделать. А не кидаешься сразу зарабатывать деньги, типа того, да? Ну, честно говоря, я все равно не понимаю. Ну, не совсем понимаю, надо будет, короче, пересмотреть. Okay, the last... Ой, нет, это мы не будем. Okay, let's finish here. And I think... So the last question about these two emotions, how to handle them, maybe I will read the chapter again and this paragraph about emotions and think about it later. Okay, thank you very much for your being here, for your discussion, for your ideas that you shared with us. Really interesting thoughts, and I'm really excited to discuss this book with you. And when I have this discussion, I really accept a lot from our meeting and from our conversation. Thank you very much for all
Thank
of
you
you.
for the lesson. Have a good day.
Much.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
everybody.
You too. Have a good day.
Have a good
Thank
day.
you. Okay, bye-bye.
Have a good
Thank
day.
you.